Let's say hello to our buddy Ray from Maryland. We haven't spoken to Ray in a little bit. He's been waiting a while. Go ahead, Ray. You're on the air, bud.
Hey now, Eddie. Happy Friday, my brother.
You too, man.
Hey, I saw, real quick, I stumbled upon something on YouTube. There's a show called Metal Mastication, and it's a cooking show. And I think I hope I get the guy's name right. I think it's Brett Hogue. There are 3 or 4 episodes up, and he does a cooking show with metal musicians. And he's done, I saw 2 of the ones he has up, and they had one of the guys from LA Guns on one of them, and the bass player from Metal Church, and a guy from Impellitteri. And the metal musicians do all the cooking. And I thought it was pretty good. It was something my wife and I like because she loves to cook. And in the description, it gives you the recipes and everything. So it's really kind of cool and unique. And they talk music the whole time and then what the family recipe is. So just throwing that out there, man. I thought it was pretty cool. And I did catch one of the Megadeth live streams from Buenos Aires. And, dude, it was killer. It was on Veeps. Mm-hmm. And they made it like a real concert experience. There was literally a countdown till the doors open, and then you had to hang, with the audience for about 10 minutes. And I thought Megadeth killed it, man. Dave strained on a couple of things, but you could tell he was singing all live, and it still sounded like Dave. And they played 1 or 2 new songs from the latest album, but it was everything you would want to hear from Megadeth. So that was killer. But
how's that get Ray? How's that guitar player? I've not seen them or heard them with him. Timu.
I can't pronounce his name. I looked him up. I couldn't even pronounce his name, but he's fantastic.
First name is Timu. I don't know how you say Montesieri or something, but I know the first name is Timu.
That's about how I would have said it, yeah. But yeah, he's fantastic, Eddie. The whole band was great, and Dave sounded good, man. I was pretty impressed. And my wife and I have a couple concerts planned for next weekend. We had Jack Russell's Great White on Friday in Ocean City, and we figured $25, 30 minutes away, a night out, kind of thing. And we have Godsmack on Sunday. And we got an email today that Jack Russell's Great White has canceled due to unforeseen circumstances. And that kind of concerns me only because I think they did 1 or 2 shows recently where they had even a replacement singer, which I know you say a band doesn't like to leave a gig on the table, but that's really pushing it. And I did see
insane.
that. Yeah, that's
Can't
insane.
do that.
No.
Go ahead, Ray.
The last couple of shows I saw him on YouTube that Jack did play at, a couple of the more recent ones, he sat down the whole show. So I just hope Jack's okay.
So do I. Yeah, I know he announced. Thanks, Ray. I know Jack announced his book officially. He has gone through a lot with health stuff. When I saw him at the event, the Sands, I think it was last year, we talked for a little bit. He told me he shrunk a couple inches because he had so much surgery done on his back and his neck. Look, again, Jack is always going to be somewhat of a polarizing figure to people because of the tragedy in Rhode Island. We all know that. But as I say all the time, that nobody wanted that to happen, and that has scarred him. And he is, as well as everybody else, of course, that was impacted by it. But it's just, he's, I did that tour with Jack Russell's Great White. The bill was, trying to remember, I think it was Jack Russell's Great White, I think Bullet Boys, and Enough's Enough. And it was called the Sirius XM Hair Nation tour. That's probably 10 years ago already now. There was maybe 20 shows. They were in like House of Blues, and I hosted like half a dozen of them. They wanted me to go on the road for the entire tour. I couldn't take 20 days away from radio to go on that tour. But I did, like the big markets as the host. And I'll never forget, man. I've told this story many times. I would be talking to Jack backstage minutes before he went on the air, and he could barely move and could barely stand up and walked with a cane. And then the minute I introed him and the house lights went down, he'd drop the cane and go out there, spin around, sing perfectly, and then he'd go back and he'd just be in agony. So, he was leaving it all out there for everything that he could conjure, but it was tough for him. That tour was in 2018, Joel was telling me, so it was 7 years ago. It wasn't that far off, but 7 years, 2018. So, yeah. We hope that, I hope he's doing okay, but, yeah, and I agree with Ray. I know nobody wants to leave a gig on the table, but you can't take Jack Russell and not have Jack Russell singing. You can't do that.